We're back. We are back with the brightest star in the galaxy that is the Garden State, Professor Josh Stein.
Who actually no longer resides in the Garden State.
But that's how great
it's a
you
state of
are.
mind.
That's how great you are.
Gotcha.
Okay. I don't know. Anywho, he's going to now explain what a compound sentence is.
Right.
He already did simple sentences. That was phenomenal.
Thank you. I live for video. So,
So here's
if
a
you have
compound
not
sentence.
yet looked at the simple sentences video, go there first. Otherwise, this will make no sense at all.
But that's okay. We like it that you're just active learners.
So compound sentences is
Yeah.
where you take at least two of those simple sentences and combine them together.
Cool.
Okay? So we talk about that as independent clause plus another independent clause, or IC plus IC.
Okay.
So if you're going to have two things connect, you're going to join them together,
Right.
right? So we get my wonderful drawing again. Here is two stick figures holding hands.
Okay.
How many hands do you need to hold hands?
I need a hand, and the other person needs a hand.
Right, so you got to have
Two.
For those that are keeping count, you math majors, two hands. Here is the equation that allows you to have those two hands. You have an independent clause, then you have a comma. That's one hand. You have fanboys, and I'll tell you what that stands for in a minute, and then you have a second independent clause. So you got to have a comma plus one of 7 words. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so.
Got ya.
If you got one of those 7 and you got a comma, you got a good compound sentence.
Dig it.
If you don't have both, you don't have a compound sentence and you just screwed up your sentence.
Okay.
So let me give you some examples.
Got ya. Let's do it.
So this is our first sentence. I had a great time at the movies and you went to school. So I got the first half. I had a great time at the movies.
Right.
That's a simple sentence.
Perfect.
I got a subject and a verb. It's perfectly fine. You went to school. Also, complete sentence, subject and verb, no issue. Since I'm joining them together, I need the comma and the and.
Okay.
Right?
Dig it. I like it.
Here's where it gets a little more complicated. Look at my sentence. You and I went to school, and she stayed at home. Well, why do I have a comma with the second and, but no comma with the first?
Because the first one is a completely independent clause.
You and I went to school. That can
Right.
stand on its own. And I
Stands
don't
on
need a
its-
comma there because
Right.
all the subjects are on one side, all the verbs are on the other.
Okay.
And then with the second sentence, she stayed at home, complete sentence.
Right.
It's only when I combine them together. Now I'm on a 2-lane road.
Right.
Because all my
Okay.
piles are mixed. I got 2 subjects and a verb, and I got a second subject and a verb. That's why I have to have a comma in that sentence.
Like it.
So the whole issue here is you can take any of those 4 simple sentences and just plug them in as an independent clause in each side of this. And all you do is build back up to make a good compound sentence. There is, however, a second way you can do this. Instead of the comma and the fanboys, you can just do Bing!
Spladow.
A
That's
semicolon.
in California. We say spladow. I know you've been here
Spladow.
for like 10 years.
We say bada bing.
But
Shebanga. That's another one.
Shebanga.
See, that's the 70s, though. It doesn't really matter where you are. It's just a shebanga kind of thing.
I was an egg.
The issue is... Thanks for that image. The issue is that as long as you have the 2 independent clauses,
Yeah.
the semicolon alone can combine the 2 sentences together. And you don't even have to worry about having the comma.
No, it's so much easier.
And that, by the way, is the proper use of the semicolon. The thing
Right.
that people screw up is they think that you have to use a semicolon in place of a comma. No, don't do it.
No.
You have to have complete sentences on both sides. Otherwise,
Otherwise, it's just wrong.
correct.
Okay.
Or incorrect is the case.
Got ya.